Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Gnomoria here in Devil Dagger. We have a new guest arriving, a merchant from Rock Dirt, to bring us some ore from the mining colony. As you can see, I also set up a new stockpile just for trade goods, and this is mainly just to contain some statuettes and pet rocks, just so we actually have something of value to trade to the merchants. I've already set up some of the things. I also decided to trade some of our cotton bandages because they actually give us 1.2 rather than just 1 for the cotton bandages. Like I said, they give a little bit better pricing. They also give better pricing on food because they actually want more food and bandages for their mining colony. That's why they give increased prices there. So we'll go ahead and trade them all of our statuettes and pet rocks and see how much that gives us to work with. Over 1,000, which isn't bad, really, honestly. It's really not that bad. And they actually give reduced prices on ore as well. So it's not 20 per, it's only 16 per, which doesn't seem to be that much of a difference, but it does help out, especially when you start trading in the hundreds of each ore if you need to. So 43 copper ore would cost 688. So we want to try and bring that down to right about 500 just so we can get the exact same amount of tin ore. Jeez, getting hard to talk for some reason. So we'll go ahead and try and bring that number down to right about 500 if we can make it happen. So let's do 30. That's 480, so that's not bad. We'll go ahead and grab the same amount of tin ore and see what we're left over with. We got 960, so that leaves us with roughly 50 to work with. So we could get one more of each, which would be 32, and it would be an odd number, which if I'm not mistaken, I do have a tin ore sitting around, so I might grab one more of that as well. Oh, don't want to grab malachite ore. That's not going to help anybody. And 2. And, oh, we're just over the limit. So what we need to do is, I'm not sure how we got over the limit, but I guess I messed up the calculation somewhere. Alright, so let's see if we can try and give them anything. They actually don't take the copper slivers anymore, which is a bit disappointing. I am going to trade them these training weapons just because we don't use them, and it'll probably get us close to what we need. But like I said, the great thing about growing so much wheat is we can actually use that as a bit of trading. So find our straw here. I must be overlooking it because, oh, there it is. Alright, so we'll go ahead and trade that. And that will get our blacksmith busy, if I'm not mistaken. Because that means that he can create the bronze bars that he needs, and this actually needs to be 19 for a full suit of armor. So, and we also are going to need some more copper because we want to create the armor's workstation, which, if I'm not mistaken, requires an anvil and another copper peen hammer, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, an anvil and a copper peen and a ball peen hammer. And we'll also need a hearth and bellows, but those materials aren't hard to come by, and the anvil requires how many bars? 8, which means I need 16 more copper ore. Well, I could really use any ore, honestly, but you know what? I'm going to give the armor a malachite ore, or a malachite anvil. Malachite is more, it's just an alternative to copper. It has the exact same base stats, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of using it for weapons. The only reason I'm using malachite is because we don't have 16 copper or 10 that we can use. Plus malachite, it gives a great alternative. 256 is not that hard to come up with right now. I forget how big our wheat field is. It's 156. So, probably not a great idea to mess with the wheat seeds right now. We can start messing with these though. Let's drop this down to about 25 or so. Cotton seeds, yeah, we can drop those down to roughly 25. So 25, that would be 61, right? Alright, and that gives us 136, so we just need 120 more, which is one of the reasons why I really wanted to get our wheat farm up and growing, because it would give us a better idea of how much we can actually use to trade if our trading didn't go so well, which, as you can see, it's not going so well right at this moment, but we'll get over it here soon. Some of these clippings, I'm gonna take it down to 10, so just in case they do need some in the groves. Plus, it cleans up the kingdom a little bit when you start trading away some of these clippings. Alright, so now we need 22 more. So basically, I'm just gonna go through here and see if I want to get rid of some of these, like these yak skulls, this bear skull. We do have another statuette, which is nice. And we're actually sitting over the limit, which that's perfectly fine. I will take some of these strawberry seeds back just to even it out. So 10 would be too much, so 8. And we have a deal. Alright, so now we have our malachite ore for our anvil. We can go ahead and tell him to... Oh, nope, we have to tell him to actually use the malachite ore to create it first. So we'll go ahead and tell him to do that. And we'll move that to the top of the list. And it looks like we have run out of coal, which means that somebody is not... Well, they may be doing their job, not exactly sure at this moment. But yeah, in between episodes, I went ahead and furnished the 4 remaining bedrooms. It looks like Newton decided he didn't want to be near our other 2 named gnomes, Chase Watson and Carons. So Newton is over here in the corner. It looks like he probably just wanted quick access in and out. I built some stairs, that way our gnomes don't actually have to go inside there if they don't want to. They can just immediately rush inside to their bedrooms. Because, you know, sometimes you have a long day and sometimes you just don't feel like talking to anybody. You just want to go into your own private room and just kind of relax, decompress, de-stress. Alright, so we have our malachite bar now, and we tell him to make the anvil out of malachite. So we'll move that to the top of the list. Hopefully our blacksmith will get started on that. I think it's actually a weaponsmith. No, it's actually an arms dealer. Okay, Gyroms. And if we have any more trade goods, we could actually pick up a few more pieces of ore just to kind of help out the arms dealer once he gets done creating that first full suit of armor. And we still have 419, which is great. We are burning through our stone supplies quite rapidly. We only have 18 raw marble left, so we're definitely gonna have to go down into the mine and start looking for some more, unfortunately. Silver ore I try and stay away from in the early game just because it's such a pain to have to deal with the added value. Speaking of which, there's actually a mod that I saw in the workshop that adds 2 million to your worth, and you get it at the very beginning of the game, which I thought was absolutely mad. I'm not sure why anybody would want to try and play that way. That's almost like playing sudden death mode, but instead of gradually building up to having enemies that overwhelm you, you just get overwhelmed straight from the beginning. Yeah, I really don't know what the concept behind that was. I guess it's just see how long you can survive. I think that actually stated that in the description, but Hey, if people want to play that way, that's cool in my opinion. Alright, go ahead and try and even out this trade. I need about 100 more, so... 6 would be 96, right? Yeah, so that's roughly an even trade, so I'll go ahead and give it to him. He can take the profit. We can also use a malachite ball peen hammer down here just so that everything is uniform. Go ahead and wait for that to be done. Still waiting on the anvil, though. Not really sure why that's not getting done. Let's try and find our arms dealer and find out exactly... Oh, the arms dealer is sleeping. Okay, apparently we worked him to exhaustion. But that's perfectly alright. I have dug down a little bit deeper just to try and get a general idea of what this is going to look like. And the reason that I do that is just so I can get a base of where I need to be digging. There's no real rhyme or reason other than the fact that I try and leave supports for everything. I don't really want to go down too far, because once you start going down too far, you start running into some nasties, such as beetles and spiders and golems and just generally things you don't want to be messing with too much. So we'll go ahead and dig down to -7. But it looks like this is nothing but dirt for the most part, which is kind of disappointing, honestly. I was kind of hoping to get some different colors. But that's okay, we'll just work with what we got, work with some marble. We are running into a bit more marble down here, so hopefully we can start digging around here and setting things up. Put some wall torches down here just so nothing spawns that we don't want spawning. Because once we start getting those spawns, you can't stop them for the most part. They just keep coming after your gnomes, and if you're ill-equipped, like we are right now, it's not gonna be very good for our kingdom. And it looks like we actually may have made a mistake, so we'll go ahead and fill that in. I actually took down some walls that I wasn't supposed to take down. Alright, and that looks good. Alright, awesome. Alright, go ahead and start setting up some exploratory mines. Just kind of take it out in 10 in each direction. There's our autosave. So go ahead and go 10 in each direction. Just kind of exploring the tunnels, see where they go. We're not going to go this way though, because if we want to go deeper, we're going to go in that direction. So we'll go ahead and get those set up, and as soon as our miners come down here and do that, but since they're not going to come anytime soon, go ahead and set up this next little batch. Go 10 here. Let's see. If we want I don't even really know where I want the supports to be, so for right now we'll just do a little bit of branch mining. It's the most effective way of clearing out an area, honestly, because you see exactly what is in the dark. So go ahead and do that form of mining for right now. It's not my favorite type, but it gets the job done. And that's the most effective, or that's the thing I care about most right now, is just getting this done. And if you're wondering how I'm switching between mining and canceling, I actually have the hotkey set up, which you can do in the option menus here. Go to controls and you can set up the different hotkeys for different items. Zoom in, zoom out. You can actually bookmark specific locations in your kingdom so you can zoom straight to them. Mine wall I have set up to M. Mine stairs up I don't mess with because I don't do that too much. Dig stairs down I do have because I do dig deeper rather than going more shallow. And for the most part, everything else I really don't mess with. I do have cancel set up, which is set up to C just because that's easy for me to remember. And that pretty much covers all the hotkeys that I use for the most part. Everything else I kind of just leave it alone. If I decide that I'm using something a lot, then that's when I'll start messing with it and adding a hotkey to it. Ooh, we do have some, looks like some gems right there, which if I'm not mistaken, that's sapphire. So that'll be nice. We do have to get some torches set up though, because otherwise we'll start having some things spawn down here that we probably don't want to be spawning. Not really sure how I'm gonna handle that for right now. But our miner is going to town trying to get all this taken care of. In between episodes, I'll probably set up the mine just to get everything set up. Our stone stocks are finally coming back up. Nice. And how's our bars looking? Alright, why is our... Huh. Very odd. I don't understand why he's switching back and forth between the two, but... I don't know, maybe it's just the way that the gnome is coded to be. Very odd indeed. Oh, we have a fight on our hands. Looks like we're gonna end this episode with a nice bit of excitement. So, alright. Well, let's see. We got the blaze. It looks like the Blazed Bakers standing guard right now, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's actually the Blue Slaughterers. The Blazed Bakers is the one with Chase Watson, and that just reminded me, actually, in our squads, we needed to add our new soldier to it. So, Oodle Fuzzle, you're gonna get some trial by fire, my friend. So, report for duty and get ready to slaughter the goblins who have tried to come and claim your new home. And the goblins will be stopped by our front door, so that's nice. Hopefully this will give our Blazed Bakers enough time to respond to the threat and report accordingly. Goblin has died. And it looks like the only one that's going to give us any trouble whatsoever. And it looks like somebody actually got hurt. Spara? What's going on? Oh, bleeding from her right leg, injured upper body and lower body, and she's fallen over, which it's not that big of a deal. Kelva's okay. Myrrh, how you doing, Myrrh? Myrrh's in good health. What about Janet? Janet's in good health. Looks like Jyrum's the arm stealer is... Oh, he's trying to smelt an item. Okay, let's tell everybody to attack. I'm not sure why nobody's trying to attack, but we definitely want to try and get that guy disarmed. Alright, so we got a few more goblins to add to the kill pile. That means a little bit more meat for the colony, as well as some new items to smelt down. All in all, a very good fight. It didn't look like the Blazed Bakers actually got involved with that at all, which... Let's see, that's Kiran's, but Kiran's is a crafts gnome. He's not involved with that. And our merchant took one of our bedrooms, which is kind of funny in my opinion. Alright, well, you can sleep there while the room's available, but as soon as our room becomes available, you need to get out. We might actually turn this area down here into a tavern, or... probably not there, because this is going to be the gatehouse, so we might build a tavern or an inn for our visiting merchants, if need be. But I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop me some feedback down in the comments below. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you disliked it. Give me some suggestions on what you would like to see in this series. And again, as always, if you'd like to join the colony in the next Nomad wave, please drop the name that you would like down below, and I will be happy to add you to the kingdom. But from all of us here in Devil Dagger, y'all have a great one.